Once upon a time, an old sow sent her 3 little pigs out into the world to seek them their fortune.
Now be sure to write it and remember that I love you. The first little pig met a man with a load of straw.
I know, I'll buy you your straw and build a house.
That's not a good idea.
Mind your own business, thank you.
And he brought the straw and set out building a house.
It took him no time at all. Very soon, a lean and hungry wolf happened by.
The pig was just about his favorite food in the world. So he knocked on the door. Little pig, let me come in.
No, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. This annoyed the wolf to no end.
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
Go right ahead.
So the wolf huffed and he puffed and blew the house in.
And he gobbled up the little pig.
The second little pig met a man with a load of sticks. I got it. I'll buy those sticks and build a house.
I'd think twice about that.
Oh, pooh, what would you know?
And he bought the sticks and went to work building a house.
Very pretty. No sooner had that pig settled into his pretty house when the wolf happened by.
The wolf was still hungry.
Little pig, let me come in. No, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. The wolf didn't care for that at all. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. Ha ha ha.
So the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in.
And he gobbled up the little pig.
Now the third little pig met a man with a load of bricks.
These bricks will make a fine sturdy house.
Captain Idea, my good fellow.
So he brought the bricks and set out about building a house.
It took him quite a bit of time, but it was well worth it. Nice and solid, nice and solid.
But no sooner had the pig moved in than he noticed that the wolf wandering about.
And the wolf was still hungry.
Little pig, let me come in. No, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Well, the wolf heard that before. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
But the wolf huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed until he was quite blue in his face.
The house stood quite firm. I'll try another approach.
He put on his most dazzling smile.
Little pig, I was only teasing. By the way, I hear that Farmer Jones has the most scrumptious turnips. Shall we go pick a few?
Oh, I'm much too busy now. What about tomorrow morning?
Excellent. I'll come for you at 6. The next morning, the little pig got up at 5, hurried to the Farmer Jones turnip field, picked the basket full of scrumptious turnips, and dashed back home.
When the wolf arrived at 6, the turnips were already boiling in the pot. Sorry, I couldn't wait.
The wolf tried to not show his displeasure. No harm done. By the way, there's a lovely tree down in Merry Meadow. Shall we go down and go help ourselves to a few apples?
I must cook my turnips. Let's meet there tomorrow morning.
Splendid. Shall we say at 5?
The next morning, the little pig was up at 4 and went off for the apples.
It took longer than he'd expected to reach Merry Meadows, and while he was gathering apples, in the highest tree, the wolf approached.
Do try one of these. The third little pig threw an apple as far as he could.
When the wolf chased after the apple, the little pig shimmied down safely home.
The next day, the wolf came again.
Really, he was quite proud. There's a fair today on Hog Hill. Would you care to go?
Why don't we meet there? Would 3 o'clock suit you?
Castle.
3 it is. Just to make sure, he would be there at 2.
At 1 in the afternoon, the little pig went to the fair and had a fine time, so fine that he lost track of the hour.
Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he saw the wolf coming up the hill. Without a minute to spare, the little pig jumped inside an empty butter churn and rolled down the hill toward the wolf.
Well, the wolf was so scared he ran all the way home.
That evening, the wolf went to the little pig's house and told him how frightened he'd been by a great round thing that came down the hill. Frightened you did I. That great round thing was a butter churn, and I was inside.
This was simply too much for the wolf to stand. I've been nice long enough. I'm going to eat you right up now.
So the wolf climbed up onto the roof. When the little pig saw this, he put a big iron pot in the fireplace and quickly stoked the fire.
Here I come, dinner time.
You can say that again.
The wolf dropped directly into the pot, and the pig cooked that wolf and gobbled him up. And that was the end of the big bad wolf.